I'm here to turn myself in. I had an accident last night.
Because I know what happened.
You think something's happened to a male in this address?
No, I know what happened.
Tell me what happened.
You're gonna think about me, but it's not gonna be me because there's no proof.
Catching killers.
Most of the time, the cops have to work incredibly hard to crack a case, but what happens when the suspects solve it for them? In this video, we'll cover 4 examples of this, starting with Brian E. Mason. On March 26, 2023, 58-year-old Brian E. Mason calmly walked up to a Miamisburg police officer and confessed that he accidentally killed a friend of his. This body cam footage shows the moment Mason turned himself in.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, lobby's.
Okay.
Hey,
What's going on?
I'm here to turn myself in.
Okay, what's going on?
I had an accident last night.
Okay.
I was showing an old friend of mine how to use this gun that she was needing, that she asked for, and it went off and it shot her in the chest.
Okay.
And I've been running around scared.
Where is this at?
Up on Miami-Montgomery County Line Road.
Okay. You just want to set your water right there?
Sure.
You put your stuff up there. You got any weapons on you right now?
No.
Okay. Just put your hands behind your back for me.
Okay.
I'm just going to detain you right now based off what you're telling me.
Right. I understand.
If you want to talk to me, I'll still talk to you. Okay.
Right.
Does this person need assistance or help or?
You have 2 sets of cuffs?
I can put 2 sets on you in a second, okay? Does this person need help right now or are they deceased or what?
They're deceased.
Does anybody else know about this?
No. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been waiting.
Where is this address actually that you're at?
I don't know the actual number.
Is this her house or your house or?
No, it's a friend of mine's house.
What county is it in?
It's on the Miami County side, but it's on Miami-Montgomery County Line Road.
Miamisburg 311. I'll be in the back lot with 1. Can you do a miscellaneous call? I have 1 detained. Can you start 310? What's your name, sir?
I'm Brian.
Brian?
Brian
I'm Officer Dooley. I'm just going to check you down.
Go right ahead.
Mason told the officer that while he was showing a friend of his a gun, it went off and shot her in the chest. He claimed that it was an accident, but if that was true, it wouldn't explain why he waited a whole day to contact the police. If it were truly an accident, you'd think he would have called 911 right away.
Where did this happen?
Up on the Miami-Montgomery County Line Road.
Montgomery County Line Road. Do you have an address?
I don't know her house number.
What's her name?
I think it's in the 9000 series. Okay. Her name is Michelle Elliott.
What's her age, approximately?
57. Same age as me. I've known her for 50 years.
Is this her address?
Yes.
But maybe just she lives in the 9000 block of Miami County Line Road, and her name's Michelle Elliott.
Yes.
What kind of cars are in the driveway?
Yeah, none.
There's none. What does the house look like? If you could describe it to me, so I could describe it to somebody else.
3-bedroom brick ranch.
Like what color is the garage door?
White?
I pulled up like Google Maps or something. Would you be able to show me the house?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's go do that.
In the basement.
Do you mind? Will you come downstairs to the interview room with us?
No problem.
So I'm just gonna pat you down one more time. Is that cool with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The officer's main objective at this moment is to figure out where all of this happened, but more importantly, who the victim is. Mason tells the officers the name of the person who was shot and that she is deceased, but can't seem to remember the address where the incident took place. The officers need to search for more information, so one officer decides to take Mason inside for further questioning while the other searches the suspect's truck.
I'm sorry. Do you know about what month she was born in?
November, I think. I'm not sure.
Do you know about what year?
Oh, yeah. 66.
Miamisburg 311. Can you try November 1st, 1966 on that Michelle Elliott?
Yeah, sorry, we never exchanged cards and stuff like that.
So you don't live on Soldier's Home anymore?
No, I do not.
Okay, I gotcha.
No, I've been, I was living in my truck, and then after my health started failing, and I couldn't keep a med card because my blood pressure was too high, yeah, I quit and then took my savings and just been staying in rooms or in my truck.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Were you staying at that house with her?
No.
Would she let you stay there, or?
No, well, she offered, but because of her debilitating disease, I couldn't. It was too tough to be around her.
Okay.
It was too tough to be around her when she was drunk and high.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I don't drink and I don't take pills. So
I gotcha.
that's what we argued about all the time. You know, if I ignored it, it was fine. But I had to put up with the way she acts when she was under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
Mason stopped this officer, turned himself in, and is cooperating with the cops. But this officer might be wondering why exactly he did that. Was there an ulterior motive? Is he trying to avoid prison? If he was truly innocent, he doesn't seem visually upset about the death of his lifelong friend.
All right, here's your water for you.
Thank you.
Do you know her middle name by any chance?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, but you said it's a brick ranch, white garage door.
Right.
Is it like way off the road? Is it close?
No, it's close to the road, and it's approximately maybe a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile east of State Route 49, just north of Phill.
Okay, I'm sorry, say that again. You said it's about 3/4
Yes.
of a mile east.
East. It'll be on the Miami County side, the north side of the road.
East of Phillipsburg?
North of Phillipsburg.
But east of what road, I'm sorry?
Oh, State Route 49.
49.
Inside the home, the body of Michelle Elliott was discovered. Brian E. Mason was arrested and charged with reckless homicide with a firearm specification and having a weapon while under a disability. He was sentenced to 8 years in jail. Suspects make the job easy for the police when they admit to the crime, but what happens when cops have to turn to unconventional methods to capture a murderer?
Your story doesn't make a lot of sense.
You need to be truthful. Okay, so I feel so.
On January 9, 2018, Brian Heisler told Hartville police that his sister, Robert Snider, was missing. And after taking his statement, officers tracked down Robert's husband, Phill Snider, with the intent of interviewing him. Pretty soon they arrived at Phil's home.
You guys okay?
I'm okay, yes.
Okay.
My wife passed away. She choked on her phlegm. She'd been choking for about a year. She wanted to go down one more time before she died. She she knew she was gonna die.
So where's your wife now? What happened to her?
They took her to a place where they cremate people.
Okay, and you don't know where that is either?
No.
Initially, Phill tells the officers that his wife died 3 days ago while they were on a trip to Graceland. He also claimed that when he saw that she was dying, he tried to flag down paramedics, but they told him that she wasn't going to make it, and that they took her body to a place where they cremate people. Shortly after their initial questioning, the cops search Phil's house. They pour through receipts and even dig through Robert's purse for clues before eventually sitting down with Phill and interviewing him a second time.
You remember the checkers, passing the checkers?
Yeah, I think could have been checkers, maybe.
We're trying to find your wife. You know, Jenny's worried about where his mom is too. I've been a cop for 40 years. I started in 1977. What I can tell you is that your story doesn't make a lot of sense. So, sir, it's time for you to tell us what you haven't told us so far.
I haven't told you everything I can tell you.
And right now, your wife is a missing person. You say she's dead.
It's clear that law enforcement isn't buying Phil's story of how the events unfolded.
Story doesn't make a lot of sense.
So they interview Robert's brother again to see if that'll help them get to the bottom of this.
Just by chance, I happened to call him, and he said, yeah, we're on our way to Graceland. I had no idea they were going.
You were the last one to speak with her, though.
I spoke to her on January 1st.
After hearing what some of Robert's family had to say, officers decide to interview Phill again. But this time, he'd have a different story to tell.
You need to be truthful. It's that time. Did you leave Graceland? Yes. Yes. Is that where her body is? Is it Graceland? Yes. Can we go down there and get it?
I don't know where.
Oh my goodness, I feel so bad. Okay, so
I feel so bad.
go on.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. But she was dead on the way down. I'm gonna admit that. That's the reason that you didn't see her on the videos, because she was already dead. She was dead on the way down.
So why did you throw her?
I didn't want her to be free. I wanted her to be with nature.
This time, Phill claimed that Robert had died during the road trip on their way to Graceland, and that after she died, he threw her body into the Tennessee River. Law enforcement, of course, took note of the change in his story, and most likely found it suspicious. So the next step was to bring in cadaver dogs into the residence to see if Phill was hiding anything.
He is looking at a red bin.
There's no body here, but there's a very bad smell in this tote. And he won't leave it. He came back to it three times.
While searching the home, cadaver dogs caught the scent of a dead body on a red tub that was stored away. There was no dead body inside, but when the evidence was sent to the lab, the results said that there was human blood present in the red tub. Phill is now obviously suspect number one, so as soon as they got a chance, the cops pull him inside an interrogation room and question him.
I didn't cut any shirt off.
Well, the science says that's not true.
I carried her out of the house.
Over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Drag her?
No.
Dad, do you understand what's going on here?
Where is Roberta?
In the Tennessee River.
And the floor of your truck looked like a constellation. It was so bright. You're guilty of something.
I'm not. I didn't kill my wife.
The interrogation starts to get frustrating for the officers as Phill begins to spin his third version of the story. At first, he told officers that Robert choked on phlegm and died. The second time he spoke to officers, he claimed that she died on their way to Graceland. But this time he tells the cops that she died of natural causes and that he wrapped her up in garbage bags and disposed of her body in the Tennessee River. The officers don't believe him because luminal tests show that there was blood present in the floor of his car. Additionally, the cops tell Phill that he failed his polygraph. But he sticks to his story despite this information, so the interrogation hits a dead end. So the officers had to take a more unorthodox approach to solve the case. They enlisted undercover cop Joan Bohr for help. The plan was simple. Put on a wire, befriend Phill, earn his trust, and record his confession.
Now, do they have good coffee here? Really?
Yeah, I just got divorced in Cincinnati. I got 2 grown kids. I take care of her in the afternoon and all night, and she needs a break from me.
We have a fine seat here.
You do, don't you?
Don't get friendly with him.
Oh, really? With that guy there?
He's the one his wife's missing.
Somebody was telling me about that.
That's him. They can't find the body, so they can't charge him.
Do you think he did it?
He said he did, and then he's not well in the head.
Drive for an hour, I'll drive for an hour.
Okay. So, Phill, what do you think of the donuts?
Oh, very, very good.
Were they good?
So Joan adopts the alias Missy and walks inside this Burger King with the goal of befriending Phill. Their conversations start out very surface level. They share their opinion of the coffee with each other. But soon they share more about themselves. Joan even tells Phill about her kids and about her sick mother. Pretty soon, Joan is meeting Phill at the Burger King every day. Joan even makes another friend, who seems to have some advice for her. Joan and Phill get closer and closer, so much so that Joan even buys Phill some donuts for his birthday.
What I did first was I said the paramedics in Memphis took her because she died on her way to Memphis.
Oh, okay.
I lied to them.
Right.
So they figured it out.
Yeah, but
since I lied to them, they spent all that time searching for her.
like you said, as long as they don't have the body, they can't tell what she died from.
Do you think they're going to find her?
No, because I don't think she's in the Tennessee River. No.
Where do you think she is?
I don't know. I'm dying to know.
I didn't do anything. She died.
Oh, come on, Phill.
She died. So what do you think? I hit her in the head with a hammer and I killed her?
Maybe I could if I got mad enough.
But I didn't do that. So what do you do with that in the trash?
Yeah.
He said take it to the dump.
Oh, you put her in the dumpster.
That's a scenario.
I know, but okay. Oh, and she's buried 10 feet deep in garbage now.
So you think I whacked her?
Did you?
No. If you roll your mom over in bed and she's asleep,
Yeah.
you put your head down
Yeah.
and she dies.
Yeah.
She smokes. You aren't working for the Hartsville Police, are you?
Are you kidding me? No.
Yes, there was a little bit of blood, but it was on the plastic.
They didn't find.
And then the lamp had, this is scenario. This is all scenario.
Right.
The lamp that she was working on had some specks on it that I noticed.
You got rid of the lamp?
I said, oh, put it in there, and the plywood that was in the back of the truck, put it in there. That's the reason the dog didn't find it. I want you to come back tomorrow, so I'm not going to tell you anything.
No.
Say there's a marriage of convenience.
Then somebody gets
$900 a month.
interesting. Bizarre.
It's just an idea. I had had enough. I had enough. It was a pretty good argument the night before.
Yeah.
But I didn't kill her. Actually, I kind of did.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Did you feel any guilt?
In a way, kind of. But I didn't tell anybody anything. Can you imagine a hammer this big and this big around?
Like a mallet?
Yeah, 2 pounds.
Okay.
Just scenario.
Right.
Say I bonked her in the head.
Right.
And her tongue came out. Just scenario.
Right.
And I put a bag over her head. And I put it in a Rubbermaid, just scenario.
Right.
Container. Put it in the back of the truck.
In a separate one than you put her?
Separate.
Okay.
Joe and Phill meet at Wendy's, and this time she asks him how his wife died, and he seems convinced that he's led the cops in the wrong direction. And so Joan takes this opportunity to dig deeper, while Phill just talks about potential scenarios of how his wife could have died. By this point, Joan has convinced Phill that she is a dying mother and that she had thought about killing her before. And he seems to have some advice for how she could pull that off.
Push your head down.
Yeah.
They continue talking, and eventually Phill gives yet another story of how Robert had died. This time telling Joan that she died on the couch and rolled over on a plastic tarp that was on the floor. Then continued to explain that he put her body in a plastic container. The next day, they meet at McDonald's, and this time Phill has a proposition for Joan. Phill has the idea to move to Cincinnati with her, and in exchange he'd offer $900 a month from his pension. Joan thinks about it and takes the opportunity to give him an ultimatum. She won't do it until she hears the truth. After having an argument the night before, Phill says that he put a cloth over Robert's face while she was asleep and hit her with a hammer. He tells Joan that he put a bag over her head and her body in a plastic container, then disposed of it while on his way to Tennessee. So finally, after weeks and weeks of one-on-one meetings, Joan finally was able to get enough information out of him to warrant an arrest.
How are you? Coming up on Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory. Peachy Keen.
Step up.
You're kidding.
Step up. Put your hands right there. Put your hands on.
Okay.
Both hands. Fun of games are over.
All right, Phill. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Phill Snider pleaded guilty to murder and was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. I guess sometimes you have to wear a wire in order to capture a killer, but what happens when the murder suspect is too young to drive?
I'm sorry! I don't know what to ask! I'm so sorry, Mom! I'm sorry!
On January 5th, 2023, this 12-year-old girl was arrested for fatally stabbing her 9-year-old brother. Bodycam captures the heartbreaking moments that Tulsa police witnessed that led to her arrest.
Come here. I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry!
We're just gonna put handcuffs on just for now.
I'm sorry, just please pull up my pants.
Where's the knife?
Sorry, Dad, I'm sorry, I don't know what to ask! I'm so sorry, Mom! I'm sorry, please! I'm so sorry! You better pray to God, I am sorry, Mom! I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry!
How old are you?
I'm 12 years old!
Where's the knife?
I was upstairs in my room and I threw it out the window and it's behind the apartment right here.
You threw it where?
I threw it out my window upstairs.
Right up here?
Not right there. It's the room. It's the other room. It's right behind the apartment. This apartment right here.
So where would the knife be? On that side?
Right behind. Yeah. The knife? I'm so f***ing sorry, Mama. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. This is some demonic shit. I'm so sorry.
What's your mom's name?
What?
What's your mom's name?
go with him. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Come over here so we're out of the paramedics' way.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
Hey, what's your name? Seat for me. Sit crisscross on the grass, okay? Just sit there for a second. You don't have the knife on you, right?
No, I swear I don't. I'm
Sorry.
sorry. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Is there anybody else inside the house?
No, it's just me, my mom, and my brother. He's dying.
Hey, how would I get to the knife? Is there the back side?
I can show you.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I really didn't want things to happen like this. This sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna go to jail. I'm gonna live the rest of my life in prison.
That's it right there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know what
Do me a favor. We're going to sit crisscross applesauce right here.
Okay.
Which one is it?
First apartment right here. Hey, she threw the knife over here.
Stay there.
It's right there.
One officer continues to speak to the 12-year-old while the other tries to track down the knife that was thrown from the second-story window.
I don't know what the fuck I did.
Stick your hands out like this for me. Do you have any cuts on you?
I do.
Where at?
On my arm.
Which arm?
Both of them. My left one is just small cuts.
Did you cut yourself?
Yes. Actually, I'm at my right arm. It just has the small cuts, and then my left one has the cuts. I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I did.
Mom, and then fire and IMSA was... Hey, real quick, I'm gonna take you out of handcuffs and I'm gonna take your hoodie off, okay? That way we can see the cut that you have. Take your hood off for me. Is it just those? Those look old. Are they old?
This
Oh,
one
those-
and this
yeah,
one,
those are a little-
This one, those are old with like.
Do you have any new?
one that's brand new. This was brand
That's
new
from
one.
today?
Yes. And it's so fucking
With the
good.
same knife?
Yes.
It's hard to come up with any reasons as to what would bring a 12-year-old to do this horrendous act. But law enforcement would soon interview our mother to try to find any motive.
She's never been aggressive or anything.
Yeah.
It's not like her. Like it's like they bully each other like brother and sisters, but it's never they never like fist fight or do anything like that.
So
It
this
was
is
just
completely-
he was in bed. He was downstairs trying to sleep. I don't know why she even went down there. Like what the hell was she? I don't understand any of it. All I know is I heard him screaming. Like the worst scream ever, and I thought maybe he was having a nightmare, so I started trying to wake him up, and there's blood everywhere. And he said, she stabbed me. I was like, ew. And he started going in and out of consciousness, and so that's when they told me to put him on the floor, do chest compressions, and I couldn't find my daughter anywhere. I was screaming her name, and she ran out after she did it because she was scared. And
So right now she's safe and she's in custody with us right now. It is a really this is a very. There's no words that I can tell you that's gonna.
so weird. Why would she do that?
Those are answers we're gonna be looking for. And
Like it's just weird. They don't really get along that great, but I never would have assumed she'd do something like that. That's crazy to me. Like she was like, I don't know why. It was crazy. I don't know. She doesn't even curse. Like I don't know.
it's just I can.
She's not a bad kid. Like she doesn't. do bad things. You know what I mean? Like, she
totally
doesn't get
out
in
of the-
trouble. It was
yeah.
weird, yeah.
The officers came out of the interview empty-handed and with no better understanding as to why it all happened. The young teen has still not been charged. Luckily, in that instance, the cops were able to find some answers fairly quickly. But what happens when the murderer returns to the scene of the crime?
I needed me to know, figure it out what happened.
On July 25, 2022, body cam footage worn by a police officer captures the moment that Marek Hecko walked by a crime scene the officer was guarding. He was clearly intoxicated, which led to the officer speaking with Hecko.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for I can help her. What's going on? and
Uniform
what
one night?
Yeah, I can help her. What's going on? Yeah. No, I know what happened. I know the people they involved. So.
Go again.
But need to dig deep, you know.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you my name. I don't give a because I know what happened. And you need me to know, figure it out what happened. If you don't have me, you don't know what happened. I just know that some guy come here.
Yeah.
And he some guy. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know what happened. He just got. You're gonna think about me, but it's not gonna be me because there's no proof.
So you think something's happened to a male in this address?
No, I know what happened.
What
I know
happened then?
everything.
Tell me
I know
what
everything.
happened.
This city is mine. I'm not gonna
This
tell you
city's
what
yours, is it?
Yeah, this city is mine.
The officers initially dealt with this guy as if he was just a drunk, but they would soon realize that he was a prime suspect in the murder of a man in the neighborhood he was walking through. In fact, it's believed that he was intentionally returning to the scene of the crime.
Can you get in the van, please? You've been arrested, okay? We're trying
I've been arrested,
we're
yeah, so
trying,
send me the law.
We're trying not.
Okay,
we're
send me.
trying not to manhandle you, but we need you to get in the van.
Days after being arrested, Hecko was charged with murder, found guilty, and sentenced to life in prison.